We are Broke Dude Podcast. I'm Jed.
Chris.
Jake. Blake.
And this is episode 152, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of stuff going on in the world right now. Well, one lot of things. One big lot of things going on in the world right now.
You know, a positive for this coronavirus is sex trafficking might be down. I mean, I don't know why I would assume that they would obey quarantine if they're not obeying decent human being laws.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
I mean, that could be part of the reason why it's spreading so fast, too.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that, like, defeat the purpose? Like, you're trafficking humans. If people can't leave their homes, it's cutting into your profits. Like, who's going to buy humans if you can't
Not
leave
when
your
you
house?
have thousands of them.
Thousands of humans or dollars?
Humans.
Both.
Like, I have $14 in quarters. Can I get a person?
Yeah.
2 whole rolls wrapped up in the bank shit and everything.
Joke's on you. I put fucking washers in.
Could be harder for them to get caught too now.
Well, yeah. Although,
They can't fly.
what if human trafficking is like essential? They're like, oh no, we're essential. We can
Yeah.
keep doing this.
Yeah, this girl that I have is a product. It's funny too because I was thinking at work today. I was like, "Man, B&E's about to drop because everybody's home. Nobody can fucking get into an empty house now."
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I like seeing the pollution maps though. That's, I guess not. I guess it's a silver lining for all this happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other side of me knows that that's not going to stay.
No, not at all.
Like,
But it is kind of it's fascinating how quickly it was able to correct itself. You know, because I mean, it was like a week after all that pollution over China went away. You know, and that was astonishing.
yeah, it's the problem is like there's nothing wrong with CO2. There's nothing wrong with carbon dioxide. Plants use it to produce oxygen.
Yeah.
The problem is there's too much of it. That's the problem. It's getting people to understand that the sun's not getting hotter. The greenhouse gases that are keeping the sun's heat in are what's warming the planet, causing all of these weather patterns to get fucking nuts, causing Kansas to go from 70 something one day to 30 fucking degrees outside the next.
Yeah, and back up to damn near 70 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy as hell yesterday when it was like 70, and then this morning I woke up bitter.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Fucking cold old man winter fucking showing his head again.
Yeah, I'm sick of it too because I noticed when the weather got better, my back started feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
And then I woke up today and was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, it's just a little cock tease.
Yes. I never thought I would say this, but like I'm kind of ready for it to be a little bit warmer than.
No, I'm always ready for 90-degree weather. Bring
Not
that
me.
shit on.
I fucking hate it.
I'm down all day for that. As long as it stays like 90 and doesn't do this shit where it's 90 one day and 50 the next or some shit, you know?
That would piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's all because of the coronavirus.
Right.
So before we get into that, I got something I need to say. So I listened to Griselda
Yeah.
a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate him.
Mm-hmm.
I actually hate West Side Gun less now.
Yeah.
Gun.
West Side Gun.
West Side Gun.
Yeah.
He's a Go ahead. Never mind.
The conclusion I came up with was Griselda makes music for niggas that ask you questions while you're watching the same movie for the first time.
Facts.
So my mom.
Fact. I
Like,
can see
if-
that. Yeah.
If all of us are watching the same movie and one of you guys was asking me questions about a movie I've never seen either,
Mm-hmm.
that's what Griselda's music is.
So, yeah. So you're saying my mom would love Griselda.
Yeah. Yeah.
She does that shit all the time.
Like, it's I don't know. Like, I wanted to get into them, but every fucking 30 seconds, there's like, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Why is it so loud?
Yeah.
Turn it down. Yeah, like
Yeah, dude.
I have no problem with it. It's just when it's the same volume as the people rapping is when I have a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
But he's essential for that group, though.
No, I understand that.
Because you take him out, they're. I mean, I'm not going to say they're blah, but he's the Flavor Flav of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. Just don't be on Russ's album ever again. But it's like I don't just tone down the fucking ad libs or turn them down,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll fuck with it.
Yeah, that was the one thing.
God damn! If only you had like a boom.
Can we drill a hole in that plastic table?
I know. I'm about to just put one from right there.
Fuck it. Hang it from the ceiling. But yeah, that was my one gripe with that album. Other than that, like I said, it reminds me so much of like Raekwon and early Wu-Tang that I just fucking love it. You know how I am with Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
They're Wu-Tang is forever.
Mm-hmm.
Wu-Tang.
I got maybe 4 songs in before I got busy doing
Yeah.
something else and couldn't listen.
Listening to other songs.
Yeah.
I listen to Conway solo more than Griselda as a whole.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like without West Side Gun, I don't think anyone would know who Conway is or
No.
Benny,
Benny, yeah.
because he's got the like marketing tactics and all that shit.
Now, see that here's the thing I don't know. Were they solo artists before Griselda, or did Griselda?
I think
kinda,
so, yeah.
They grew up together.
Yeah.
Supposedly,
In
like
Buffalo.
they've been
Buffalo?
homies forever.
Yeah.
I guess. But they're all like what, almost 40?
Yeah, they're older.
Put your
Older
gun in,
cats.
I like Benny. Oh, I like Benny. But yeah, that was just the whole time I was listening to that. I was like, these. I would never watch a movie with these guys. Never. Like it's just, how come he's wearing that shirt? What? That has nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah. We're watching the same thing, dude.
It has no significance whatsoever.
It's like we were watching Bert Kreischer's new stand-up on Netflix the other night.
I started it.
And Julie's like playing a phone game as she's watching it with me. And he would say a joke and she's like, what did he say? I'm like, nah,
You can't do that.
You missed it.
Yeah.
Not today.
not repeating jokes because then they're not funny. And I'm already like going with him.
Right.
So don't slow me down.
Yeah. Yeah, that does suck. Like always, like you think something's funny the first time you say it, but then the second time it's not as funny. So it makes you wonder if it was really funny at all.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like it just doesn't have the same time.
It doesn't
to
hit
it.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. If that
It's-
makes sense.
No, absolutely. This doesn't work. It's like if you said that's what she said, and then someone's like, "What?" Like that's what she said. No, it just doesn't
Yeah, it's
work.
not
Yeah.
even funny anymore.
God, you just ruined the joke.
It's got to land that first time.
What'd you think of the new stand-up?
When he gets talking about his daughter, I just fucking died.
I didn't make it that far. The farthest I made it was he was talking about watching porn with his wife. So it's
Okay.
kind of like right in the very beginning of it. So
No, it's damn good. And I don't really like Bert a ton because he's like just the party guy mentality, and they're pretty easy guys to read.
yeah.
But when he was talking about his daughter, like she's one, you can tell she's one of them kids that we've all met, and it's like that's the dumb kid.
Yeah. See, I love Bert Kreischer and oh god damn it, I'm blanking on his name. Segura. Yeah. Segura's got another
I like Segura more.
special coming out here pretty soon too. And just the trailer for it, dude, had me fucking rolling. He's like, because he's talking about his love for his kid versus dog. And he's like, I love my dog, don't get it twisted, but if my dog ever hurts my kid, I will fucking drown that dog in the tub. And he's talking about how he's doing it through the yelps, and he's like, and then he gets to the end of the joke, and he's like, there's two kinds of people. There's one people that like, oh, the yelp was a little much, and then another kind of people like, yelp was my favorite part, man.
That's great. Well, not that part, but the joke.
Oh yeah, yeah, I love Segura and Bert Kreischer, but yeah, I'd probably pick Segura over Kreischer.
Have you heard the bike spit by Segura? Where he yells bikes at people?
Oh yeah,
Bikes! Yeah.
yep. That shit cracks me up. But I'll always love Bert Kreischer just because the Machine story is one of my favorite stories
Yep.
all time.
Yes.
Have you ever heard the Machine story? He's like a college kid, and he goes over to Russia for his Russian class, and ends up befriending the mafia. Yeah, and they end up robbing his class
Robbing
on the
a train and his classmates.
I think I heard you tell the story
Dude,
about that.
Look,
I didn't know that was that guy though.
yeah, Bert Kreischer, I Am the Machine. It's on YouTube, and it's fucking hilarious,
Oh, fuck.
dude.
I'll
It's
have to
so
check that
good.
out.
That's the shirtless guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So going from fat shirtless guys, the coronavirus is seriously serious.
Mm-hmm.
Like the severe, like the gravity of it, I understand. The problem I have with it is you have people that are like, oh, it's just like the flu. It's just like the flu, man.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have others like, oh my God, I need 70,000 packages of toilet paper to survive this pandemic.
Yeah.
And formula, which is the most irritating part to me.
Oh yeah, I imagine.
It's like my cousin just had a baby, like last 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just had a baby. She couldn't find formula.
Yep. I heard that a guy on Facebook was talking about that.
Like,
Damn.
explain the thought process of a fucking adult thinking, oh, formula's better than milk, or just as good as milk, so I better stock up on that.
I don't
shit.
think it's that. I think they're getting it for their baby, but they're buying 60 fucking cans of it instead of being smart.
There is
and
no
getting
way you're that rich
3 or
to buy
4.
that many cans of
Yeah.
formula.
Whatever. You know,
That's a lot of
if you
money.
get 60 people buying 5 cans each, that's where it's all
still
going.
A lot of fucking money.
It's still a lot of fucking money, but people are going, like, Danny posted this status about, you know, people going crazy at the store and him needing to stock up on guns, gummy bears, and alcohol. And somebody said something, Paul said something about, he saw like a fat couple panic buying candy. When I went to the store yesterday, there was a probably 60, 70-year-old dude, giant Santa beard, Crocodile Dundee hat, with a shopping cart full of nothing but pop. This guy had 15 cases of pop at least in his shopping cart, and that was it. Nothing else. So I was like, damn, at least this dude's got his priorities straight. They're like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Nope.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the top part, the actual cart part of the cart was completely full, at least 3 rows deep.
So
And
is
then
he just planning on living off Pepsi for
Dude, it was everything. There's Mountain Dew, root beer. I saw some Coke in there. I'm sure he had some fucking orange drink too. Like, it was all of that shit. But I'm just sitting there going, what is the thought process there? Oh, they're going to be shut down. I better grab my soda.
Yeah, because there's never going to be soda.
Yeah, right? Well, and that's the thing too, is like with we'll get to California shutting down, but with California shutting down, grocery stores and pharmacies are still open. Like,
Yeah,
you can
'cause they're
still go to them. Yeah. It's just everything else. And if you don't need to go to one of those places, they don't want you leaving your house. Which I got a funny anecdote about my sister too today when I told her about that. I was like, yeah, there's sounds like Kansas is going to be shut down, here in the next few weeks or so. And she's like, oh, well, that sucks. Everything's going to be closed, but at least the parks will be open. Like, Caitlin, you can't go out anywhere unless it's the grocery store or the pharmacy. Number one, and I didn't say this part, but number two, nobody's cleaning the fucking park. That's like the hubbub of coronavirus.
Like, when was the last time anybody cleaned the park?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if it's not 100 degrees outside and the metal's not 170,000 degrees.
Yeah. Shit's living on there for a while.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure there's some tardigrades and shit. Like, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, back to the pop thing for a second. I can tell a veteran pop drinker when I go grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Soda, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I don't mean
Pop.
to say pop.
I call
Thank
it
you.
pop.
Soda.
I don't fucking care.
I can tell a veteran soda drinker because they take the fucking the bottles, the 8-pack of bottles or whatever they are,
Mhm.
and
they
put them on the
sum-
side of their cart.
Yeah. Like, bitch, I've been done this.
Like their fucking saddlebags.
Yeah, like they're holstering that shit. Yep.
Is it that serious?
Right. Yeah, that shit's ridiculous to me, man. Like, I don't understand the things that people are buying in bulk. Like, I get if you want to have a couple loaves of bread, but 2 loaves of bread will last you 2 weeks. And that's what we're going to be shut down for if and when it happens. 2 weeks, most. You don't need 6 goddamn loaves of bread. I don't care how many people live in your house. You don't need 6 goddamn loaves of bread. And when I went to Dylan's yesterday, there was no bread left except for like a couple of like they had those Sara Lee hamburger buns. And just like a smattering of like fucking raisin bread and the shit nobody really wants. You know?
That's the smack of the cereal world.
Yeah.
Of the bread world, sorry.
Sugar smacks.
Peanut butter was completely gone except for Crunchy. There's still Crunchy.
As there
Hey.
should be.
Crunchy can go fuck
Hey.
itself.
Trash.
Hey.
Trash.
There's
Fire.
surprisingly a shitload of cereal. Like the cereal aisle was fine.
Well, yeah,
I was
'cause there's
kinda
no fucking
surprised
milk.
by that. That's true.
Like who's
Yeah,
who's
but-
gonna eat dry cereal?
I will if it comes down
Yeah.
to
You
it.
better put some water in that shit.
Handful
every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen.
Here's my thing:
Cereal, no milk.
is the toilet
Peanut,
paper
no
thing.
butter.
Like, maybe it's just because like I don't use toilet paper. Like I use fucking flushable wet wipes.
And those things aren't even flushable.
Yeah, they are.
Mm.
So
Well, I mean, anything's flushable.
you can flush a toy. Ask my nephew.
Flush a baby.
but like I put this on Twitter. I was like, can anybody explain to me why someone needs 7 cases of toilet paper? Someone chimed in, because the the pandemic's going on, and like they were seriously answering the question instead of reading the sarcasm.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it looks like somebody needs to learn how to ration.
Mm-hmm.
Like you ain't never had to only use 3 squares a day. Like, and here's another thing: if you ain't eating, you ain't shitting.
Well, and here's the thing: if you let's take the worst case scenario in that argument. There's a sorority house. There's 20 women in a sorority house. They have to use toilet paper every time they go to the bathroom.
Okay.
They don't
Right.
have to.
You can get through 2 weeks in that house with at max 3 cases. At absolute
Yes,
max.
max.
Yeah. Like there's no way in hell. I don't care how many fucking people you got in your household. You don't need 6 cases of toilet paper.
Use your hand, bruh. Use your fucking t-shirt.
Like theoretically, you
Jump in
only
the
need
shower.
one
That-
square of toilet paper.
That tells me how spoiled America is.
Yep.
That's what does it.
Yes, is by hoarding toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope this whole thing kind of, I mean, it's not because people are dumb, but I just hope it shows everybody like we don't need a whole lot to make it through the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like all you have to do is make it through today.
Right. I hear like a lot of people whenever they go overseas, over different countries and shit, they're like, Americans really don't know how good they have it
No.
compared to the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So when, but then on the flip side of that, you get this pandemic and everybody just fucking doesn't know how to act, you know, and then it turns their world upside down. So then you get people doing these extreme measures and it creates an even bigger problem.
Yeah.
So how do you find how do you find a middle ground? Is it a humbling experience? Is it a, hey, maybe I need to stop what the fuck I'm doing? And
The sad, honest to God's truth is I think these people that went out and panic bought 17 goddamn things of toilet paper aren't going to learn a lesson. They're not at all. It's the common sense folks like us who were buying normally and just kind of slowly stocking up and preparing for the worst case scenario. We're learning that, hey, you can make this work no matter what. Like I was pretty my anxiety was peaked out for a week. And then I went to the store and I got some groceries and like, I know me, my sister and my niece and nephew are good for 2 weeks regardless. Obviously if we're still open for another 2 weeks, I'll probably need to go to the store again and restock before the official shutdown comes. But, that calmed my nerves and I didn't even get a whole fucking lot. It was just kind of like some things. I mean, there was no meat hardly at all when I went there. There's no bread. I didn't even look at milk because I was like, I don't want to buy milk and have it go bad before we even get to the shutdown phase. But it was, it was calming to know that I was prepared, that I was good. Like I didn't need excessive amounts of anything, so I didn't get excessive amounts of anything. I just got what I knew would feed my family for 4 weeks. I hit up Paul and was like, hey man, if shit gets worse and you need a ride or need to get food, let me know. I'll help you out. I hit up another friend who is like a part-time janitor, and I was like, hey, like, you're not going to starve. I'm not going to let you starve through this. If you need any help, let me know and I'll do what I can. I can't do a whole lot, but I will get you some, food, ramen, canned food, peanut butter, whatever the fuck I can do. I will do that. And it was just, like trying to make sure the people around me that I care about were okay. And that helped kind of flatten out my anxiety a little bit through this whole thing.
So there aren't very many people that I wish got coronavirus and died. And then I went to Dylan's a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
These fucking hicks were walking around. One of them walked up I was going to get rice.
Mm-hmm.
And this motherfucker said, oh man, looks like they're all out of ramen noodles. And I instantly got pissed off. It's like, show some fucking respect.
Mm-hmm.
It's ramen.
Put some respect on its name.
Goddamn, like those noodles feed so many families. You're just going to disrespect them by calling them ramen noodles?
Mm-hmm.
So
well, he's got to make them white because goddamn ramen's Chinese and they started the virus.
Yeah. That fucking dude.
this is probably going to sound...
Worse than me wanting someone to get coronavirus?
no, I don't know what the word is. Maybe you guys will have it. But
Racist?
this, it hasn't really hit me. And it hasn't really affected me directly, I guess.
Because
Yet.
the odds are it probably won't.
So it's hard for me to panic and go out of the norm. Like, I've been quarantining myself. Like, I chill by myself in the house as much as I can. So quarantining, I guess, parentheses, I've been preparing for that for years.
That's what white privilege feels like, I think.
Well, and I mean, that's for most of us, I think that's what our daily life is, as sad as that sounds.
Yeah.
But like, it hasn't changed anything for me drastically yet. My biggest concerns are my mom has diabetes, so she's susceptible. Haley lives with her grandma, who's 70, so she's susceptible. And then my niece and nephew are 2 and 4. So I don't think they're at a risk for dying from it. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know it's not good for a kid that age to get it. So my big concern was, if I catch it, I'm going to be fine. I'm not worried about me. But I could potentially kill 4 people very close to me just by being around them,
I could say it has heightened my awareness as far as at least considering other people around me being infected, and to noticing if people are actually fucking washing their hands. Like, to not wash your hands during this time is a slap in the face to everybody.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's simple minute of your life.
Not even a minute, 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Yeah, they say 20 seconds and you're good. You can
Come
sing happy
on.
birthday twice in that time and boom, you're good.
It's just...
Yeah, it's
And I'll call people out, like at work, if I see someone not, I'll be like, yo, man, wash your fucking hands. Like, this shit's nasty, especially with all this shit going on right now.
Yeah.
It takes one time.
Yeah.
I'm just a big skeptic for the most part, and a lot of me thinks this is like a big control experiment more than just viral shit. Like, I understand it's
Damn it, where's my
deadly
X-Files
or whatever,
song
but
at? No, go ahead.
conspiracy theory or not, like, it just seems off, because even like if there were 1 million people sick right now with it in the US or something, that's not even 1%, because we got 300 and some million people. And then there's like a 3% chance of you dying from it under that 1%. So
That's the thing though, is like a lot of people think that there's this panic because of the virus itself, and it's not the virus that people are panicking about. It's the healthcare system not being able to withstand everybody being sick at the same time.
Yeah, it just shows how how do you say it?
Unprepared?
Unprepared.
Yeah.
Our system is.
Yeah. Well, because like it's like, I think only 2% of people actually die from it, and so that's why people aren't. A lot of the population isn't really taking, coronavirus seriously, and they're not understanding everything that goes along with that.
Right.
And I honestly remember seeing on Reddit the first 3 cases in China that were announced, that came out officially in Wuhan in December. And I was just like, huh, okay, it's, another bird flu thing, whatever, not a big deal.
And the doctor tried crying, like
It
telling
wasn't,
everybody.
it was even
after
before that. Yeah, it was like the very, very beginning of shit starting to come out about it. And just see it exponentially grow from there and get to, it spread like fucking wildfire across Earth. Like, and then finding out that initially those first 3 people, it was still just animal to human, and then it mutated, and that's when it started spreading. And apparently it's mutated again. So now there's an S strain and an L strain. So that's why they're having so much problems fighting it, is because they got 2 different strains of this shit. And it could potentially keep mutating. That 2% fatality rate could skyrocket if it mutates in the right way. And that's the scary part, I don't think it's a control experiment. I've heard so many of the fucking things. Well, the U.S. created it in Carolina and they shipped it over to China. No, they didn't. It was not a man-made thing. It came from an animal. It moved to humans just through some random act of fucking God or whatever you want to call it.
Like how people evolve, viruses also evolve like that.
Yeah, Neil said that on Sway in the morning.
Damn, he went on Sway and dropped that shit?
Yeah, he said
Bars.
this is basically natural selection.
Mm-hmm.
It has to evolve. Viruses evolve just like life does.
Well, and I think people would understand it more if they understood the flu more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody realizes, like, people think when you get the flu, it's just the flu. No, every year the flu is different.
Mm-hmm.
Every single fucking year, it mutates, it evolves, it changes to succeed better at whatever it's trying to do.
If this is part of, well, I'm gonna say not if, since this is part of natural selection, it's just kind of weird being alive during it all.
Oh, yeah.
And being aware of it, and then to just hopefully not a mass amount of people die from it, but
Still, we're living in history right now.
yeah, like if you're weak, you ain't gonna survive. You gone. Simple as that.
What's more weird to me is that I remember like vaguely hearing about swine flu in passing.
Mm-hmm.
It killed like millions of people in the United States.
Andrew
Swine
Yang
flu?
talked about that on Breakfast
H1N1.
Club.
I thought that was in China.
No, that was here.
Hmm.
It killed millions of people here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. Was I in high? I think no, because
Well-
Obama was president.
And that's the thing about swine flu is the same thing as what coronavirus started out as. It was animal to human. It never
Wasn't
gained
swine
that
flu a
person to person
disease,
thing.
though?
No, as a virus.
It was a virus. Okay.
I know SARS is
H1N1.
a coronavirus. It's just this strain of coronavirus is different than SARS was.
So how did they get the name? Were they drinking?
The coronavirus is the overarching name for all of it.
Well, I know, but how did you even come up with Corona? Like,
I
hit
have no
blunt.
fucking idea. Yeah.
Corona.
Just the first thing you saw on the table. Yeah, it's because whenever I tell somebody that SARS is a coronavirus, I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, well, that's the overarching. That's why they call it COVID-19, because it's the strain of coronavirus that it is.
Kind of like a genius,
Yeah.
or
many things.
whatever. Like
It's the same thing as calling the Affordable Care Act Obamacare. It's just they're the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just there's 2 different names for it. It's just the Affordable Care Act is the real name, but everybody called it Obamacare.
Yeah.
You know?
But back to Chris's thing, I don't really have an opinion on if it's, man-made or if it's not.
It's not man-made.
Okay.
Yeah, it's officially
But-
not man-made.
It is weird though how it just boom.
Yeah.
But when you think about every other disease or every other virus, it's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just spreading from person to person because
And
we're
you can
not.
blame social
taking care of
media
yourself.
for all the noise, but there was always news. There was radio. It's just weird how much it's affecting us when we've been through this
I
shit.
think social media though has intensified it.
It's
Because think about it, like if it was like this in the 80s or early 90s.
Well, I mean, when the Spanish flu hit, this is equivalent to the Spanish flu. It's just not killing as many people.
they're calling Bill Cosby the Spanish flu now.
Spanish fly. You got confused.
My bad.
Yeah, but no, because like they said the Spanish flu kind of spread in a similar way. Like people kept traveling, and it just exponential growth got it, and that's what killed a lot of people. Like I was watching this video that was talking about how when it first got to the United States, Philadelphia refused to shut down a parade, and they had one of the highest death tolls in the United States when it hit. 2 days later, St. Louis shut down the city, and they had the lowest death toll in the states.
I saw that.
And that's what I think people aren't understanding. Well, why do I got to be inconvenienced? Why do I keep seeing people let them shut down the place? I'm not staying in my house. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
We all got to do
stay
this.
in your house. Just don't go close to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like
and I think when it finally comes down that they shut down everything, they're wanting people to stay in their house. They don't even want them to go like on a walk down the street kind of thing. But at the same time, like
so they want it to turn into fucking Chernobyl?
minus the chemical.
Minus the radiation?
I guess if you say it's okay to go outside, everybody's going to, and then there's going to be crowds.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that's the thing about it is because, I mean, the reality is we all got to work together on this. I mean, the government's not going to help us. Nobody's going to help us. Like, we just got to be like, okay, everybody gets a 2-week staycation. Fucking make it work, dude. You can go in your backyard. You can go in your front yard. Like, I saw that picture of the 4 dudes in the cul-de-sac standing like basically a little bit further than we are apart, just drinking beers and hanging out. You can still do that. Nobody's going to fucking come and gun you down if you're standing outside your house. Just don't go anywhere. Like, you don't need to go anywhere. You can literally do get your shit prepared, have the stuff you need. If you need to go to the store in the middle of it, nobody's going to stop you from going to the store. Just don't everybody go to the store at one fucking time.
Yeah.
It's I wish people would get it through their fucking skulls, but there's so many, this is America. They can't tell me what to do. Like, no, motherfucker, shut the fuck up.
No,
shut the fuck up.
Let them do it. They can fucking die.
Exactly.
Like, honestly, like this with the rate that stupid people are reproducing, we can stand to lose a few.
Yeah, God
like, as dark as that sounds, but fuck those people, man. Like, these are the same people that are gonna fucking berate someone for buying a whole bunch of toilet paper, but look at fucking Jeff Bezos and be like, oh yeah, go ahead and keep $2 billion, even though you don't fucking need it. It's they're
the same people that are attacking Chinese Americans for quote unquote starting the virus.
The Chinese disease, and that fucking president of ours.
The Kung flu.
that's half my, like, the rebel in me going, there. It seems like there's something else, because he keeps deflecting it at them, like he did something and got caught, so he's like, oh, let me deflect the fucking blame.
No, that's just him, period.
Like, I understand, like, he's a piece of shit.
A little bit.
It's like, I don't know. The rebel in me is like big business versus the people. That, I mean, I think about that shit all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And when this happens, it's like we're so ingrained into this shit and into our lives that we don't even realize they control the food supply. So if they want to fucking cinch or kink the fucking hose, they can. And then people freak out and kill each other, and they still win. So it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, that is pretty pessimistic. Like, I mean, it's that's fine. Definitely pessimistic. No, I understand. Like, it's.
I mean, it's reality though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility.
I don't think it's bad to think that way. Cause,
no, absolutely not.
Well,
you have to be open to everything.
I mean, honestly, we were at work today. We were talking about this whole stimulus package that we're supposed to get. How every American's supposed to get $1,000 or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Gang.
Some guy was saying he heard on the radio that Nancy Pelosi had blocked it in the House, and I was like, I thought it had passed the House and was waiting on the Senate.
The House.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, well, I don't know, because that's what I thought they had said too, and da-da-da. I was like, it doesn't matter. We know what's going to happen anyway. They're going to fucking bail out the mega corporations and leave us all fucked. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Or
that's what happens every fucking time.
Or they'll say, here's your $1,000, and then they'll write rules after we get it and say, you owe us $1,500 now.
Yeah.
Or some shit, and you'll owe interest back to the fucking government on your taxes.
Hey, thanks, Mitch McConnell.
But it's this this president campaigning, and they're helping the fucking public.
Which, to me, he's already tarnished his shit with the way he's handled this coronavirus thing. I mean,
this definitely didn't tarnish it.
Yeah,
It
well,
didn't make it anything any worse.
it's this was kind of the icing on the cake, the icing on the shit icing on the shit cake.
There it is.
We'll put it that way.
The diarrhea on the pile of cow dung.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Yeah, because I mean, the whole handling of it, and people are like, "Oh, you're trying to blame Trump for it." No, I'm not trying to blame Trump for it. I'm just saying the way he handled it was irresponsible and reckless, and the way he's continuing to handle it is still irresponsible. It's like he refuses to acknowledge that his words have consequences. When you call it the Chinese virus and you call it the Kung flu, you get racist assholes attacking Chinese Americans.
Like your base
what happened.
literally are racist assholes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like literally.
Mm-hmm. It's been proven time and time again.
Like
with
Jews
all those
will not
very
replace
fine
us.
people. Yeah.
Like, it's amazing.
It's gross.
Like
It's so gross.
I know amazing is usually used for good stuff, but this is so horribly bad. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like how
astonishing. That's a good word for it.
could you imagine if somebody was watching a house fire and they had a fire hose right next to them? Like this is essentially what Trump is doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's watching a house fire, has a fire hose right next to him, opens a little bit and tries to spray it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, see, I did a good job, right? I'm doing such a great job."
And then
no, you're fucking
is
not.
blaming the firemen standing next to him for not doing their job.
Hurry up!
While they are just getting there.
Yeah.
It's like if I was president, I would make a team, right? That their sole job is to watch for pandemics across the world.
That's crazy. He had one and fired him.
What? No. That doesn't sound like our president. He's a stable
Do you
genius.
think that's karma?
Yeah. Genius.
No, karma would be him fucking
Getting
dying
coronavirus.
from it.
Yeah. That would be sweet. And just him getting coronavirus.
Well, him and Mike Pence and McConnell
And those 4 senators that sold off their stocks right
that's
before
pretty
the
cool,
fucking
huh?
stock market crash.
You got to throw
All
Kushner
of
in
them.
there too.
Yeah. I know about
Dirty
that.
Money. You see his episode? I haven't finished the season yet, but his episode, I was like, holy shit, dude. This
What
is
a piece of shit.
Scumbag. Shout out Dirty Money. It's fucking great. Season 2 is on Netflix. Have you watched that shit?
Nope.
It's fantastic. You should watch it. It's
Show?
really good. Yep. It's just talk about like corrupt money,
Oh God.
corrupt people with money.
Yeah, like the
it's-
first
dude, it's
episode
really
about
fucking
Wells
good.
Fargo.
Fucking pour fuel on the fire. Get me going.
Oh yeah, dude. It's there were a couple episodes that got my blood boiling, but it's really fucking good. I dug the shit out of it.
Okay.
All right, so I think we're gonna go ahead and pay a bill or two. Yeah, let's go ahead and pay some bills. This episode of Broke Dude Podcast is brought to you by.
Has this ever happened to you? You're riding around the hood after a hard day of playing 2K on your side chick's boyfriend's PS4.
fat ass though.
And you get pulled over. They come up to your window talking about they smell weed or some cop shit like that. You know you haven't smoked in 3 days because you're about to get that job at Church's Chicken.
Mom keeps sweating me.
He says some slick shit into his radio and asks you to step out of the car. Now, you just got your ass beat online by someone who picked the New York Knicks.
Bruh.
You're not about to get arrested on some bullshit, too. So you tell the cop to fuck off. You haven't done anything wrong. The cop fears for his life, pulls out his gun, and unloads the whole clip into you and your car. Luckily, you were only shot 9 times, and no vital organs were hit. Well, guess what? No matter what happens in your everyday life, African American Family Insurance has you covered. African American Family Insurance.
Nigga, we made it.
A policy that's perfect for you. That is.
Holy fuck!
And we're
Holy
back.
fuck. That was my first time hearing that.
No shit.
And that
Yeah,
was,
that was-
fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
phenomenal.
That was, oh my god, them production values though. Holy shit!
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
sponsors now.
Got your ass beat by the Knicks, bruh.
We got sponsors now.
Well done. Damn.
Big name sponsors. Like they're so big. Like you haven't even heard of them yet.
African American Insurance.
African American Family
Family
Insurance.
We thought we
Sorry.
would
Show some
surprise you
respect.
guys with a little
Yeah,
sponsor.
I was
That
expecting
text-
Jake to do the old school thing and read a script off his fucking laptop. Not you guys have some shit prepared for us. That was fucking fantastic. Holy
Yes.
shit.
Seems like a really good place to interject some comedy after
Yeah.
this
Yeah, right?
heavy
You need,
conversation.
you need to clip that out and throw that on the Facebook, man. That's fucking fantastic. That is so good.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah,
That's
the ad libs. West Side Gun in the background.
Your side chick's
Wow, show
boyfriend's
some respect.
PS4.
Show some respects. That was more like fucking 21 Savage. 21.
That was really good. The music and everything.
First song we found.
Really?
Very first song we listened to.
Nice. That is
Perfect.
fucking
it was
amazing.
touching.
Flawless victory.
Yeah.
That was when I heard it. I was like, that's it.
Got
That's the insurance jingle right there.
I don't know,
Holy
but we
shit.
may have just started a company.
Yeah. You probably did. You
Like-
should get an LLC real quick.
Good time to start one.
Go ahead and go ahead and save that domain name.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll work out real well.
Holy fuck, that was fantastic.
African American Family Insurance.
African Family Insurance. AAFI.com.
Should we be org?
.org. .edu.
Definitely, because we're about
So
to
did
educate
you
some
text
niggas.
after you made that, or
Do what?
did the text stem that idea?
No, it stemmed it. Yeah, definitely.
So you texted it and you're like, we got to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I laid in bed one night, typed it up, sent it to Blake, came down here, chopped it up for a couple hours, and voila.
Fucking great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty proud of myself on that
That's
because
pretty dope.
I fucking winged the whole thing.
Yeah, you should be. That sounded fantastic.
yeah.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Like, I mean, our voice acting may not be as great, but it'll get better.
Oh, dude, you should have seen the outtakes though.
Bro, I wanted to say them so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's like your girlfriend's boy. Fuck.
God damn it, start over. It makes me appreciate like people that do that shit for a living, you know, making
Voiceovers.
like
and shit.
voiceovers and like
Or
putting out
YouTube
music,
videos.
YouTube videos, shit like that. Cause like if it doesn't come out good and feel good when you're doing it, you're gonna constantly be redoing it and redoing it.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
That's acting, bro.
more efficient way is just keep recording and keep saying it, then cut the shit out after. Then you don't have to keep restarting from the beginning, and then you just keep going until you're done with the whole script, and you feel
It
Chop that bitch up.
Well, like
see,
the
we thought about doing that, but it felt more organic just doing like a one through,
yeah.
you know, because I didn't want the tone to be this way once and then like come back and be this
Yeah.
way and then come back through and
Right.
be this way.
Going up and down.
Also, like it helped me get my like slow down because I, you know, caught myself wanting to speed up, and then
Yeah.
like I would like choke on my words when I'm talking, and then I'm like, fuck, let's start over because you know it just I don't know it just helped with that. So
It's damn good.
well,
You know,
thank
the
you.
one taken.
Yeah. Fucking fantastic. I was losing. I had to push the fucking mic away. I was laughing.
Ah, you were muted.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to
worried
hold
about
it in.
Yeah, we definitely made sure to mute everybody because we were expecting that reception. So this is kind of lighter, but still involves coronavirus. I kind of texted Jed about this earlier. If you guys didn't think GameStop was a shitty business before, you're gonna think they're a shitty business now.
I did before.
Well, I mean, you're gonna think they're shittier now. I guess I should say.
Okay.
Like they're gonna raise the shit level.
You watch Inside Gaming too?
No, Young, yeah,
No, I don't know that one.
yeah. I started watching him back when Metal Gear Solid 5 was coming to Xbox, and
Yeah.
he did all that stuff. But the big wigs at GameStop have decided that they are an essential business. meaning they're just as important as
Food,
grocery stores,
medicine.
as hospitals, as police and fire.
Yeah, I read that too.
Isn't that really cool? Like that means their product, people cannot live without their product, which is video games and undervalued trade-ins.
Yeah.
Here's 75 games. Best we can do is 4 cents.
Yeah. They're basically the Pawn Stars of the video game industry.
Right, and nobody likes them.
They can't afford to not rob people daily.
Right. And the sickening part is they're using this pandemic to try and increase their sales.
Yeah. Well, it's because they literally have to. They're going bankrupt fast as fuck.
And that's nobody's fault but their own.
Exactly.
Yep.
But it's their business model and the fact that games are going to digital. So many people are going digital now. But like that's the reason they're staying open is because this is their last gasp. Like everybody, because kids have to stay home for essentially the rest of the school year, so people are going out and trying to get stuff to keep them busy, and GameStop's where to go. I get why they're doing it, but at the same time, it's such a scumbag move. It's such a scumbag move.
Like it makes it even more scummy when you put out a press release saying, "Oh, we're providing our stores with sanitary wipes, with sanitizer, with whatever they need to keep the stores clean and the people healthy." There was a Reddit post from somebody who supposedly worked there that said, "Nah, they ain't doing that shit."
Inside Gaming talked to some managers and employees too, and they're like, "No, they're not." There are a couple of stores they're actually sending out the managers to go buy cleaning products, but cleaning products are out every fucking where. So it's you're not doing anything good if you're not supplying your stores with the sanitation needs.
And most nerdy gamers are dirty as fuck.
Dirty. Well, and the
Yeah, I've been to a Magic the Gathering tournament.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gaming tournaments.
Should have been sponsored by Right.
How many? Just one? I've been to several.
No, I
They get
walked
progressively.
into one.
I've actually gone to several, and they get progressively worse the more you go to.
Is that like a fucking?
Is that like
I
a
watched-
prerequisite?
I
Their
watched a
main?
dude get kicked out for smelling too bad.
That's
Let's put it that way. Yeah, he got kicked out because he smelt too bad.
like
Magic the Gathering does not collect your winners. I just went because I was high all the time. And it was fun to pick on those people while we were beating their ass in Magic.
But little did you know that they were winning because you had to smell their shit. Their
Nah,
stank.
none of the guys I played with regularly stink. It was the tournament guys that stunk. The guys that only come out for tournaments. Those are the guys that stink. The guys that go out every Friday night, they usually showered before they went out because that was their big social thing for the week.
Maybe it's their good luck stench.
God.
So this has been going on in America for what 2 weeks now? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
I think the first case was the beginning of March. So,
Okay, so about a month.
2.5, 3 weeks. Yeah.
They had just recently let their stores turn off the demo consoles. So you have a virus that is spread by people touching stuff when they're sick. You have a demo console that people touch when they're sick or healthy. Why are you waiting until it's to the point where states are shutting people in their homes to stop the demo shit?
Yeah. That should have been the first thing. Just
Like, how do we know GameStop didn't perpetuate this whole thing?
oh, they are.
They should be held liable.
They surely are. Because
And they should give me all my money on trades
yeah.
that I want.
Hey, you're gonna get 25.
I should get it back.
You're gonna get 50 cents more now. 50
traded-
cents. That's the best they can do.
I traded so many PS2 games in, they didn't even give me half of that.
Wait, where are all my PS2 games?
Yeah, I gotta buy toilet paper somehow.
But yeah, and that's the thing too, is like the video I saw was talking about how one of the employees was talking about the people that were frequenting the stores most right now were kids, young children, and elderly people. So it was like grandparents babysitting their grandkids while the mom and dad were at work. So
Wow.
two of the most high risk groups were going to there to try and buy games to keep these kids busy. And because pretty much everything else is closed at this point, they're getting so much more traffic than they're used to that the stores are packed. And I mean, it came out last week that they don't want more than 10 people gathering for the next couple of weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
So you get double that in close quarters, also dealing with people that are working, exchanging money, which is the dirtiest fucking thing you can do. You know, it's just it's breeding unnecessary risk, you know, and like our mall is getting ready to shut down tomorrow for 10 days.
Well,
They're shutting down.
it was still open?
Yeah, right. It's shocking sometimes. But there's Ross's is staying open. Carlos O'Kelly's is staying open apparently. But I think they're just doing to-go shit at this point. And there was one other store. I want to say JCPenney's, but I'm not 100% sure.
Nah, Penny's
No.
closed.
Penny's closed.
Yeah. So there's one other store. I don't remember what the fuck it is in there.
Probably the Buckle. People got to get those fucking
Yeah.
affliction shirts.
Right. Tap
Like, I
out.
think that's the only thing worse than the coronavirus right now is affliction shirts. Still.
I mean, they're almost dead.
Well,
They're very rare. It's like finding a fucking Charizard at this point. They're pretty rare.
maybe we should just go ahead and like encode coronavirus in affliction
And
shirts.
there we go.
So that way they
Two birds, one
stop.
stone.
Because
Two
nobody
birds,
goes
one
around
stone.
anybody with an affliction shirt. Either you're going to be raped or you're going to get threatened with get beat up.
Before you kick somebody's ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, I watched the UFC twice. I don't want to fight. I'm a good guy.
They're trying to get you in a standing triangle.
Yeah.
And you're just going, bro, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm going to get you in a Gamora. That's not even what it's called, man.
That's
What,
from
Sodom?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Some Sodom and Gamora.
Yeah. Yeah, sodomized. Ugh. Speaking of sodomy, I started. You like that segue?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I've watched everything on YouTube, I feel like. So I started watching Hansen versus Predator again.
Who?
Hansen versus Predator. To
Like
Catch a Predator.
The band.
Yeah.
Chris Hansen.
Oh.
Oh, you have a seat right over there.
Yeah.
There was a guy, his name is... Fuck. So I found out there's a Reddit page for this shit. This dude that I've seen the video before, but I just started watching it again. This dude's name is Jeff Sokol. Sokol? Skowal. Sokol. No, Sokol. He apparently has a fandom page. You know, like if you want to look up stuff about video games and shit like that, you can look up a wiki or like a fandom page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This dude has one. He shows up to a alleged 13-year-old's house. Okay? Has pizza, has snacks in a paper bag, because apparently they do that. He drove from Boston to River something, Connecticut. It's like a 2-hour drive. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
First thing he does when he walks in the house, puts the pizza down, puts the snacks in the paper bag down, goes, "Hey, can I have a hug?" to this supposed 12-year-old girl, 13-year-old girl. He starts getting a little too comfy in the house, like looking around for a place to hang his coat.
How does this happen?
Whisper? What's someone? It's some messaging app.
Yeah.
I can't think of it, but yeah, dude's 44, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty impressive how stupid he is. So I'm guessing he walked into the living room, throws his coat on the couch, walks around like, "Hey, you sure you can't have a hug?" She's an actress, a college age actress, but she looks like she's 13 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Like
He's
most
like-
actresses.
Yeah, he's like, "You look so much different in the picture." She's like, "Oh yeah, my hair is lighter in the summer." It's like, it's not even a fucking thing. Like, how stupid are you, bro?
That actually is a thing for
Like-
white people.
Literally, she doesn't even look like the same girl.
Yeah.
Like, the girl he got pictures of is an actual 13-year-old girl, which I think is weird,
Yeah.
right? Using actual 13-year-olds as for picture bait.
Yeah. I mean, you know those dudes are jerking off to the shit. So,
Yeah, and that's even weirder.
yeah.
Like I don't approve.
I hope
That
not.
does not get Jake's stamp of approval.
If you do approve, then I might not be on this podcast anymore.
Yeah.
So
Might. That's keyword there.
so there's like a little island in the kitchen where they have the pizza and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He goes around for another hug. She's like, "Oh, I don't know," and runs into this. There's like an offshoot for like a living room or some shit,
Yeah.
and that's where they're stationed at. There's a curtain in the doorway, so you can't look in and see anything, but you can walk around the curtain and come in. And Chris is like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh, just hanging out. just come to hang out, you know, with a 13-year-old girl."
Yeah.
This dude, look on his face is so priceless. He's like, "Oh fuck, are you her dad?" Like, what?
Yeah. I'm her dad with a camera crew.
I'm her dad wearing a fucking suit jacket,
Listening
And
to you.
slacks.
Yeah.
walking out with a clipboard from behind a curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm her dad.
Listening to you be creepy in the other room.
So this fucking dude, he's sitting down. This is like a couple minutes into the conversation. He's like, "You care if I eat the pizza?" Like, mind you, he just been caught trying to fuck a 13-year-old girl. He's like, "Hey, you care if I have some pizza?" She's like, "Yeah, go ahead, enjoy your pizza." As he reads off these filthy fucking messages that he sent to this 13-year-old girl, asking her if she'd shaved her vag, if she had ever had sex, if he could be her first.
Jeez.
Oh my god, dude. So they get to the part. This dude's fucking chowing down on a pizza, New York slice or some shit like that, because he had it folded in half,
Mm-hmm.
and was just, she's dripping. He's like, I don't know what you mean, man. Like, I wasn't trying to have sex with her. It's not what it looks like. Chris like, yeah, it's not what it looks like. I mean, these text messages say a different story. He's like, I wasn't going to do it. He's like, what about this marriage contract? He's like, oh, well, I mean, maybe eventually if she was okay with it. You were going to marry a 13-year-old girl if she was okay with it, just to have sex with her. Like, well, no, I mean, not 13. Just like,
I was going to wait a year.
dude, you're not helping your case at all.
So is he in jail?
He actually got out.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's he spent 6 years in jail, prison, and his mugshot was pretty funny.
That's a good story.
Yeah, it's
Got a nice little bow on the end.
yeah, it's. I don't know. I shouldn't laugh at older men trying to fuck 13-year-olds, but
The way Chris Hansen always got him was fucking great.
yeah,
So what are you doing here, buddy?
I couldn't
Oh.
be Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
Like I would want to beat the fuck out of them dudes.
Yeah, how do you not just start
I-
smashing?
Well, I
Well,
think
I mean,
the
there's like
reason
5
he was
cops in
good
the
because
garage.
He knows
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
and he knows he's gonna humiliate them, and then they're gonna try and leave and get fucking body slammed by 6 cops. You know?
Here's the picture of that they have on the fandom.
he just chowing down on
Yeah.
some pizza.
Jeez.
That's while
God
Chris is
damn.
asking him like, "Hey, so what about this marriage contract? I don't know what you're talking about." You said right here, if I marry you, I can legally have sex with you.
Verbatim.
Yeah, literally. It's like, huh? I said that. Weird.
You're taking that out of context.
Yeah.
What fucking context is there, bro?
There's a mail carrier. Like the second Chris walks out, if you watch his forehead, you can see it get sweatier and sweatier by the second. I don't think that guy was very smart.
Mm-hmm.
He was crying in his
Nope.
mugshot.
I don't think any of those guys are very smart. They're trying to fuck teenagers.
Yeah.
At least they brought pizza.
if
He
you-
he offered Chris Hansen some pizza. Like before he went to jail, he's like, "Hey, you guys want some pizza?"
So he's not that bad of a guy.
No.
It's
Like,
probably laced with fucking Ruhypnol or some shit.
and the
but
cops were nice enough to put the pizza in the truck with them, so that way you could take it to jail.
You're going to have a pizza party in jail while they beat your ass for being a pedophile.
Like he was so fucking so snarky with the officers too. He's like, "Well, I wasn't planning on having sex with her." I mean, the text messages that say you were is like, well, but I didn't. It's like, what? You're not a lawyer, bro.
Yeah.
You're not Matlock. Sit down.
You were still trying to solicit a 13-year-old. That's a problem.
Absolutely. I don't know why there's not more of that show.
Because people started catching on to the fact that shit wasn't right. I'm assuming that's what they were like, hey, this shit's not adding up right here. I'm about to go to this house and fucking Chris Hansen's going to be standing there just waiting for me.
Well,
Now I'm just going to snatch kids off the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Like any good pedophile would.
Get on the dark web and see if I can't order some for 25 cents.
Yeah. Two rolls of quarters.
That's sad.
It's a fucking twisted world, man.
Yeah.
So, what do we want to talk about now?
So there's this other...
There's this other pedophile.
Like, they all look the same. They all kind of downsy. Like a little retarded.
Yeah, it's like they didn't get the full extra one chromosome. They just got like a half an extra chromosome.
I just shit myself and fucking stinks.
Like, if those guys had any self-esteem, I highly doubt they'd be talking to like a 13-year-old girl. Like, any balls whatsoever.
It's self-esteem and intelligence. If they were smarter and more confident, they wouldn't have to try and fuck 13-year-olds.
Well, I mean, I think it's just a confidence thing. Like, there's dumb people that still fuck adults.
That's true. There's a lot.
I
of
have
dumb
a
people
harder
that still
time
fuck adults.
talking to 13-year-olds than I do a 30-year-old.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's an intelligence thing. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's hard to put myself in that mindset.
How dumb would I have to be to fuck a 13-year-old? Let's see if I can get there.
I mean, it's not only that. How dumb do I have to be to try to fuck a 13-year-old after she told me she was 13? Then I get caught and try to say she said she was 14.
Yeah, like say that
because that makes it better.
Yeah.
Say that entire scenario out loud to yourself.
Yeah.
And at any point, if that doesn't sound right, you shouldn't do it.
And if you have to drive more than 2 hours, you have plenty of time to think about it.
I almost
and
said
not
something
go.
really bad, and I'm glad I didn't.
Almost.
That's
I've
gross.
said several really bad things during this fucking episode.
So wait, the guy who commented on a dead chick's titties isn't going to say what?
Hey, man, growth. All right.
Hey,
Self-improvement.
Yeah.
Took you what, like 100 episodes?
self-love, man.
Yeah.
Self-love.
I almost said it, too. Whew.
So there's some good things that are coming out of this coronavirus thing.
Like?
Paid sick leave.
Mm-hmm.
Well, possibly coming out of this thing. Paid sick leave. People can get access to the virus, or to the virus. Obviously, they have it. To the testing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And that shit's free, too.
Yeah, it's almost like we could have done this the whole time.
The thing that's crazy to me is Bernie keeps losing to Biden in these primaries, and literally all of Bernie's policies are being enacted right now to combat the coronavirus.
Are you saying Bernie let this virus loose?
Dun, dun. You heard it here first. Broke dude broke the news. Bernie Sanders responsible for coronavirus.
Let's see, how many letters
He's
are in
also the
Corona?
Zodiac killer.
No, that's Ted
That's
Cruz.
Oh,
Ted.
that's Ted Cruz. Sorry.
He's still alive.
How many
We
letters
forgot
are in
about Ted
Corona?
Cruz.
6?
BERNI 5.
No, there's 6 letters in Corona. There's also 6 letters in Bernie's name. Coronavirus has DNA. Bernie Sanders has DNA.
This is true.
The dots are connecting.
They're starting to get
Yo,
there.
these
dots are
conspiracy
connected.
theories, yo.
They're not that far-fetched, right?
Yo, like, that's something I think we should do.
Bernie's been to China, I'm sure, at some point.
Yeah, he's said the word China, probably.
He's definitely said China.
he was
I know I've
just-
heard him
That's
say
the
China.
activation word is China. for
He was
Bernie
just
Sanders.
sick in the hospital right before this shit came out, too.
And he had a heart attack like a year before, so...
And the coronavirus increases your heart rate.
It makes you shit all over yourself uncontrollably.
And the coronavirus attacks kidneys, and he also has kidneys.
He definitely has kidneys.
He also has really long earlobes and it weirds me out.
That's not related to the coronavirus. It's just that shit's gross.
Like if the coronavirus targeted people whose arms are too short for their torso, I'd be okay with that. Because that weirds me out too.
Like unproportionate body parts.
Yeah, it's like, you know how like my
So you just want the coronavirus to be like Sparta and fucking throw out the deformed babies.
or China, whichever. Like
They threw out the
arms.
women. You heard it here. Jake called women deformed babies.
Oh,
Tomato, tomato.
yeah. I mean, Chris Hansen, have a seat. But like my arms, like go like a 3/4 of the way down my quads. Like there's people's arms, like their hands, don't even like go past their waists, and it fucking annoys me.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody like that in person.
Like I may be exaggerating a little bit, but like they're just so fucking short. It's annoying as shit. And like Azalea Banks looks like a tall midget.
Oh, what?
Dude,
Like a normal sized person.
but like her
who that is.
Azalea Banks?
Me either. I have to look it up.
Yeah.
You guys don't know like
I know
she's-
the name, but I'm not 100%. I can't put a face to it right
Like
now.
I was watching Wild and Out clips and I saw this bitch on there and she's like, I was like, you look like a midget porn star I've seen before, only white.
I've
Oh,
looked
that
up-
girl. I don't find her attractive at all.
No, because she looks like a fucking grown ass midget. Like she's, I don't know if it's her teeth or if it's her head shape or her fingers. I don't know.
She got ET fingers.
I don't know. But I know Megan Fox has like a big toe thumb.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's head shape for
Yeah.
sure. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And then she smiles and like she has like gaps in between all of her teeth. That's not as, yeah, that's Azalea Banks.
She does.
Okay,
Yeah.
she's
off-putting.
I don't know.
Something
She's
about it.
really black, so her in black and white photos just fuck me off.
Look up midget porn stars and tell me if she
No.
doesn't.
No.
It's gonna be a no for me, Scott.
So yeah, paid sick leave,
Emissions.
emissions for a little bit. Fuck, what was the other one?
Might actually let corporations know or have a little more faith in letting people work from fucking home instead of all of us driving into work and therefore saving emissions in the long run.
Yeah, that we can't let people work from home. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Although it does.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
Although, I watched some dev streams of like the Division and Smite, and I don't like the presentation from home. Y'all got to go to the studio and do that shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's a different thing, though. But.
Yeah,
it's
essential, like GameStop.
Yeah. I mean, it's that whole argument that if you're not working every fucking second that you're on the clock, you're a lazy employee. Like, I'm sorry, man. If I can do this shit from home, why the fuck am I coming in?
Yep.
Like, I don't need to physically be there to do this shit. Unless it's like working in a shop, some shit like that, or like where you got to do hands-on work.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand having to go in for that. Like,
We're going to do so many things digital. The company are still ran by old fucks that don't understand that.
yeah, they're stuck in this way of, no, you need to come in, punch the clock, and be busy. You know, like 90% of most people office work days are just trying to pretend like they're doing something.
Yeah.
Because a good employee is going to get done what they need done in the first 2-3 hours of the day, and then they're just fucking running out the clock.
Yep.
You know, like that's all they're doing the rest of the day, and it's gross that it's misconstrued as, oh, they're lazy. It's, no, motherfucker, I got my shit done. I saved this company $10,000 today.
Mhm.
Fuck have you done? You've spent $10,000 today.
Yep.
Go fuck yourself. You know, like it's this weird outdated mentality of you need to kill yourself or you're not a good employee.
Yep.
That's not the
Drives
way
me
things
nuts.
work anymore. That's not at all the way things work. And that's what always annoys me too, is that it never failed that I'm a laborer. I like doing labor. I don't like doing office work. So it always annoys me when a manager comes up in the 5 seconds that I'm stopping to get a drink or just catch my breath or something, and they give me hey, get back to work.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, man. I've
Yep.
been working my fucking ass off for the last 2 hours. I need to chill for a second. I'm not lazy. I'm not missing out. Nothing's not being done. Shit is still happening. I'm still doing work. I just need to fucking catch myself for a second, you know?
Yep.
And I think as a society, as a country, we got to get out of that mentality. And it's going to, I mean, I've said it a million times on this podcast, but old people need to die. They need to go away.
I agree.
They just
Let's
need
go,
to go
Corona.
away.
You're fucking slacking.
Yeah. You heard it here. Jed 2020. Coronavirus is for the people.
Hey, coronavirus VP. That's a strong ticket.
I mean, the coronavirus is. It's totally carrying me. It's like Bush Cheney. You know, I'm Bush, it's Cheney. It's going to shoot you in the face.
And you probably can't really tell that to anyone that's over like 45 or 50 because
Yeah,
they're
actually,
still in that same.
They don't have hearing
Yeah.
aids.
I mean, it's a boomer. I mean, Gen X is 40s now. They got to be in their 40s, but you'd think they'd have a better understanding of that because they were kind of what led into us getting it. I feel like because I remember like the rebellion that was in the early and mid 90s, you know, and those are all Gen Xers.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's weird to think that they're in that same boat with boomers now where they're, oh, if you're not doing all the work, you're lazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you gotta think they were raised by that.
That's true.
So, I mean, if you were raised by that, then you're gonna do all the work and not necessarily be there for your kids, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So we weren't necessarily raised by that.
Yeah.
We were more raised by ourselves or on our own
Mm-hmm.
or by Dragon Ball Z or Toonami or what have you.
Bob Barker, sir.
Damn,
put
how
some
many
respect-
times did you stay home from
You
school?
put some respect on Bob. There's a thing called the summer.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
That was the only time I was at home raising myself. It was Bob Barker. Unfortunately, Jerry Springer, because my sister loved that shit.
Jerry. Like I only watched it because it was TVMA. I thought there was gonna be titties, but
Yeah.
little did I know it's America. They
There's
don't
still
show titties.
TV in that MA.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
But yeah, it was that shit. And what else do we watch after school? There was some other shit, but Bob Barker is the big one. Bob Barker was always there for me when I was down. When all I could eat was some chicken noodle soup and some Sprite. Bob Barker was there.
Reminded you to spay and neuter your dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Power
Cats.
Rangers and DBZ were mine.
Yeah, those were good too. I can't
You know-
remember the after school cartoon I watched every day when I got home.
Mine was
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Dragon
probably.
Ball Z.
Yeah. See, I didn't have Cartoon Network, so I couldn't watch Dragon Ball Z.
Fucking
I was
brokey.
poor. Yeah, I was poor.
Like, did you have an antenna?
No.
Because I feel like Cartoon Network's like a basic package.
Now,
No, it wasn't.
back in the day, it wasn't.
I remember when fucking Disney was like pay per view.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not pay per view, but
That's
it was
We didn't
extra
have
channel.
We didn't have MTV, Cartoon Network, ESPN. Like our channels went to essentially 16, and then everything else was shopping channels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Cable sucked back then.
it was fucking awful. It sucked
Now I have all
Very,
these
very
channels
bad.
and don't watch half of them.
because now they all suck,
Yeah.
except for ESPN, Cartoon Network.
I'd argue ESPN kind of sucks.
No, I mean there's no sports right now. Although I did watch the Rodman 30 for 30 and the Vic 30 for 30 the other day. I had to throw on ESPN because I was like, "What the fuck are they showing on ESPN right now?" If
All the
nothing's
30 for
going on?"
30s?
Yeah, and so I got to watch. I was stoked to watch the Rodman one, and then the Vic one was really good. I like the
Mhm.
Vic one a lot too.
So you want to wear a wedding dress and strangle dogs now?
Mm-hmm. That's my life goal.
The Dennis Rodman was sad.
Yeah, it was a bummer. It was a real bummer. I didn't realize how much of an introvert he was because I remember him being so flamboyant and crazy that it was always just kind of, you assumed that he was super extroverted, you know, like that was just him. But it was like, no, he just wanted to fucking fit in and stand out. You know, like it was a weird dichotomy going on with him where he wanted everybody to like him, but he wanted to be unique, you know?
That's strange. I would expect extrovert too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was
He
not.
was
not
very,
at all.
very introverted.
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't even know what was he saying? Like he didn't understand racism until he went to that community college
In Oklahoma.
in Oklahoma,
Mhm.
and like this little kid who was I think he was like, what, 12, 13 years old.
and he was 21, like teaching like a summer camp kind of thing.
And they ended up like bonding together, and he took him home. And like when he took him home, the parents were like, don't you ever bring this nigger back if I ever see you around here again.
The parents like
no. Oh, I'm sorry. That's when he was dating that white chick.
Yeah, he was dating some white chick, and
right.
the mom told him that he needed to date within his own race, and he was like, "What are you talking about?" And they started getting into an argument, and she said something like, "Don't you ever talk to me like that again, you dirty nigger." And then he's like, "Whoa, okay." And he said,
clearly, I'm not
out.
from Kansas.
Yeah.
I'm not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, but like he said when he was going to school in Oklahoma, like he kept getting called that all the time, and it wasn't clicking like it would with somebody that would
Who studied
who understood
American history,
who understood that was like a racist term. Like it didn't click with him that they were being racist. He didn't get it.
Is that introvert or is that just dumb?
I don't know what it was because he grew up in Dallas, right?
He's not very. I don't think he was very smart though.
Yeah.
he's like best friend with Kim Jong Un. So I mean,
I don't know. You'll watch.
I liked
just
watching
watch
him
it.
play back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch it.
And see, that's the
now
thing too.
He's got a really bad drinking problem, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Well, and that was the other sad thing, and like hearing him never having a relationship with his kids, and now he's trying to build a relationship with his grandson. It's like just the whole thing it's sad the whole fucking way through.
Damn.
But it was like I don't remember him because it was when I first started recognizing him was essentially when he joined the Bulls. So I barely remember. I barely remember him with the Spurs. I don't remember him with the Pistons at all. So it was
bad boy.
Yeah, it was, and that was before he got crazy too. Like that's when he was still pretty straight
Yeah,
laced.
did elbow and Scottie Pippen in the face?
well, also
he was a bad boy on the court, but like he wasn't a bad boy off the court. He wasn't
When
wearing
he got-
wedding dresses and dyeing his hair and shit.
when he got traded and he wasn't with the coach anymore, because that was like his father figure.
Yeah, when he fucking
And then when he
pulled up to the
died-
stadium and put the gun up to his chin.
Yeah, he's about to kill himself and shit. It's
Jesus.
sad.
Yeah,
Sad.
the whole fucking story is just a bummer. Like it gave me a lot of insight into his psyche. Like
Yeah, and like he wanted to be, like Chet said, and he wanted to fit in. He wanted to have friends. So he thought by partying and blowing tons of money that those people were his friends.
Mhm.
no, he said he knew they didn't give a fuck about
that's
him,
right.
but that he just wanted them to like him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he kept spending money on people just to party and hang out with them.
Tyson talks about that shit nowadays too. He's like, "You think that's what you want?" And he's like, "It's perspective. That ain't shit."
Mhm.
Yeah, he just did a thing with Eminem.
Yep, I watched that.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of like they're just like oohing and awing over each other half the thing, but it's still cool like listening to them compare because they're both great.
Yeah. I feel like it's weird to say, but I feel like that's what Tyson does now. Like, I don't know if it's just the damage from boxing, because he was such a stone cold killer when he was at the top of the world.
Yep.
But now he's so like, he just loves everybody, man. But at the same time, it's like you disrespect him, he's going to put the fucking fear of God into you real quick, but like, he's really, he seems like he's really like a teddy bear now. It's weird. Because it's like, I remember Mike Tyson talking about eating people's babies and fucking people till they loved them. Like,
No, I remember. Yeah. I will make you suck my dick, you fucking faggot. Like, how you calling someone else a faggot if you make them
I'm
suck
gonna fuck
your
you till
dick?
you love me. It's just, it's like, I remember that distinctly. And then now he's like, he gets so excited to meet other celebrities, and like, he's always trying to hug people and be super friendly with them. And it's just weird. And it like, I don't know if that's just all the brain damage he took, which is, I mean, he really didn't get hit a whole lot when he was in his prime.
Buster Douglas.
Yeah. I mean, not his first 19 fights, I think only one of them went past the third round. So, and it's crazy to think that, because obviously Muhammad Ali got fucked up from getting hit, but, and he was pretty slippery too.
I thought he had Parkinson's.
Well, he got fucked up before the Parkinson's just kind of added on to it. I guess Mike did a shitload of cocaine too, so that could have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about the
A
cocaine.
lot.
I forgot about the cocaine. Yeah, you don't buy a tiger unless you're doing cocaine. Yeah, so I retract my statement. I think the cocaine did his brain in, not the head injuries.
I don't think cocaine does that. Does it?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Need to call a friend.
Yeah, it is.
Paul?
He didn't do cocaine. He did cocaine,
I was going to say.
just not as much as other drugs.
That's the rich man's
Yeah,
drug.
it meant to come out that he wasn't the cocaine head, but then it came out that he didn't do cocaine. I was like, no, he did cocaine. He did other drugs more than he did cocaine.
Yeah, I think I just heard Paul say, yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did cocaine.
He was talking about how he's 3 years sober now.
That's
I'm
good.
fucking proud of that dude.
Yeah.
I never would have thought he would have made it that long. I mean, he still drinks, but I mean, I don't think drinking comparatively to his lifestyle, what it used to be, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him for that. I'm proud of anybody who can just fucking quit cold turkey and stop, because he didn't do rehab or get any help or anything like that. He's just like, you know what? I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this lifestyle. And
That's why I moved to Georgia. 'Cause I was
stop doing
all that
cocaine.
shit. Pretty much.
Yeah. Whatever you got to do, man. Like,
Not like using like crazy, but if it was at the party, I'm fucking doing it.
Really? This side of Chris, I do not know.
Yeah.
We might have to have a coming out party.
Well, that yours was last
It's
I'll bring the cocaine.
I talk about it in one of my songs, Long Way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Check that out.
17 to like 20 were pretty dark. And that's why I skipped out to Atlanta, because then I knew I wouldn't know anybody to get shit
You
from.
didn't murder anybody, did you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Here in Atlanta. Let's specify.
I just saw everybody like getting arrested around me and shit because this shit we were doing. I was like, I got to get out of here.
That probably saved your life.
reset.
That probably saved your life, honestly. I mean, it's seeing.
How did you pick Atlanta? Did you just throw a dart
No,
at a map or something?
Big Jermaine Dupri fan.
My buddy Troy, his dad got promoted from Exide here to corporate down there, and I saw it as an opportunity. I was like, fuck it, I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because he asked me to go with him, so he didn't have to be alone. So then we moved there and kept doing drugs for like a year.
I was gonna say it's
sounds
probably
like it
a
worked
lot
out real well.
easier.
And I drank heavily for a few years after that, and like, yeah,
Slowly
it's
grew
been a
up.
trip.
Yeah. I imagine though, even Atlanta where it's more, it's probably easier to find it. There's also more shit to distract you from doing it down there.
Yeah, and
Whereas-
it's expensive.
Yeah, that too.
You,
I mean,
you have to
drugs
just
are expensive.
You got to work to live.
Yeah. But like, because I mean, it's really sad how many people from my graduating class have died from drugs or
Mhm.
drug related things,
Yep.
Incidents.
You know, like the I don't know if you guys know him, but the one that got shot, I think last year.
Jesse.
Nah, not Jesse. Justin.
Oh, Laterno.
No, Willingham.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That dude was like popular kid. Athlete. I never would have expected for a second to him to get involved into fucking meth and to get killed over some fucking meth. You know, it was shocking. It was really fucking shocking. So,
Yeah, I worked with him at Great Plains.
Mhm.
I did not see that.
I never would have
he had
guessed it.
Just got with his baby, well, the girl that had his kids.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, that's cool. That's what's up. And then I didn't even put 2 and 2 together until just now. Holy fuck.
Right. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. I never would have expected it. And there's a lot of people like that like I'll run into them and I'm like, holy shit, man. Like you fell off. You fell the fuck off. My cousin's one of those dudes. I mean, like I haven't talked to him in years. I found out a couple weeks ago that he robbed his sister one night, broke into their house and broke into their safe and took everything that they had in there. And he was the same thing. Like he was never super popular, but he was an athlete. He was fairly straight laced, and then he just got hooked on pills and it fucking took him down. you know. And last time I saw him, he looked like dog shit. And he's just like, yeah, man, you know, we'll go and watch some football games. I'm going to be up at Speakeasy later. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll be there.
Yeah.
And then he obviously never showed up. And I was there with you guys, so it wouldn't have mattered if he showed up or not. I was hanging out with my group of friends. But it was just seeing him. I was like, man, like him and I were like this, because he's only 6 months younger than I am. So we're the same age. We have an older cousin that's older than me, who's the same age. She's 3 months older than I am, whatever. So the three of us were always super, super close. And seeing him like that now is just a fucking bummer, you know? And seeing how many people around here are like that I never would have expected to get to that point, you know?
It's everywhere.
But then again, there's those kids that I see that struggled like fuck in high school that are doing amazing now. And I love that. I love seeing that story. People that I wouldn't say I never would have expected to succeed, but people that it still kind of surprised me that they succeeded. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I never thought that they were going to, that dude's just going to be a piece of shit for the rest of his life. But yeah. I never expected them to go the distance they had. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean it. This is coming off way more insulting than I'm intending it to. Like, I didn't. They've exceeded expectations that I didn't even
peak
think
in
were
high
there.
school.
That too.
Yeah,
you know,
like peaking in high school sucks.
Yeah,
not that I would know. I still haven't peaked. Still climbing. Still climbing. Mostly because I walk upstairs every now and then.
Still fucking climbing.
God,
your mom says you a pimp.
Your mom says you a pimp. Oh, yeah.
We can. I feel like we'd be remiss not to say fuck the 4 Republican senators that have been caught essentially insider trading. The big one was the Burr guy. I don't remember his first name. I'm going to say Anthony Burr, maybe.
Is he a white guy?
Obviously. I know there's a white guy and a white lady, and I don't know who the other 2 senators that got caught are.
My guess would be they're white.
They're all 4 Republicans, so
yeah, they're definitely
probably
white. You're
probably betting on red there.
I got a pretty good hunch they're white.
But the Burr guy, I know he got away with making $1.6 million off the stock market by selling all of his stocks off right before the shit collapsed. And then there was right after he got popped for it, and there was a big story about him. The woman whose name I don't remember got found out for doing the same shit. And then when I woke up this morning, I saw there were 2 more that got caught doing it. So that's at least 4 people. I guarantee you there's more that haven't been caught yet.
Probably hundreds.
It's probably all of them, honestly, at this point. I would not be surprised. But the Burr thing, the big thing with Burr was that I want to say it
was cold.
Burr.
No, that's Gucci.
No, that's Tauruses in the atmosphere.
Yeah, you're right.
But I want to say it was like, yeah, that was dumb. I'm sorry. There was like a bill in 2016 that was going to make it, I think, a federal crime for senators to do what he just did, and he obviously voted against it.
What?
Shocker, right? Mm-hmm. So it's. I mean, the fact that they can lock up Martha Stewart for essentially doing the same thing that he just did, while he's also telling Americans not to worry because the coronavirus isn't going to be that bad, is fucking disgusting. And then shortly after it came out that he got caught for selling off all his stocks right before the market collapsed, there was video from a closed door meeting he had with some like North Carolina shit. I don't know what the fuck it was, where he was basically telling these people that it was going to get bad. The coronavirus was going to fuck up the economy. Things were going to go downhill.
So that's the same. I thought that was a different guy.
It was the same guy.
Huh.
And this was the day after he went on national television telling the American people that the coronavirus is no big deal. They have no need to panic, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like they're being so fucking blatant with it at this point. How are people still voting for them? Like this guy,
they aren't a Democrat,
has clearly not given a single fuck about you or your family, and you're going to vote for him. You're still going to vote for him. This man is making money off of you failing. You personally.
What makes
failing.
you think the other side aren't doing the same shit?
I think they're all doing it. It's just those 4 have been caught.
True.
You know, that's the thing. I'm not saying it's Democrats are any better. I think that, I mean, okay, yes, I am saying Democrats are better.
I say that too.
Think,
yes.
I don't think the Democrats are doing it to the extent the Republicans are. I guarantee you there are some that will probably be caught. But the fact that the 4 that have been caught are all Republicans says a lot about that party to me.
And the thing is, the difference between it's splitting hairs, I guess. But if a Democrat were to do it, the Democrats aren't the ones saying, "Oh, the coronavirus isn't anything to worry about. You guys will be fine. Just don't worry about it."
Yeah.
And then selling stocks off. They're actually the ones saying, "Hey, we need to do something about this. We need to do something now."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it would seem that they already knew this shit was going to go bad. So it's not like they were insider trading.
Yeah.
Not trying to defend anybody who's done it, but there's a difference there.
But if you know it's going to go bad, wouldn't that make you want to pull your money out?
Right. But if you're also saying,
Why wouldn't you?
if you're telling people that, hey, everything's fine, you should actually put money into the stock market and then selling your shit.
Yeah. True.
And it's like
And
if you're
that's the
telling
thing.
people, hey, nah, go ahead into the building when the building's on fire and you run the fuck away.
If I had known, I would have pulled my 401k out.
Yeah.
Well, and see, that's the thing with these 4 senators is they got briefed on the situation before the public did.
Okay.
And that's when they sold
To
their
have an
stock.
advantage.
Yeah. Well, it's not even to have an advantage. It's just that's how the government gets briefed first, and then that information slowly trickles down to us. They were using that firsthand information to unload everything before the economy tanked. And it's slightly different than the Martha Stewart thing because she knew what was happening with her company, and that's why she was doing what she was doing. But they knew what was going to happen with the entire United States economy.
Yeah.
And that's why they were doing
that's why that's half the like conspiracy thing too with the whole control thing is like that just means they can do that whenever they want. Just hit the reset button like this and pull fucking money out and we all lose money. And then they gain. Reset. Boom. Just keep fucking doing it.
Yeah. And that's why I stand firmly on my platform of we eat the rich.
Yeah.
We eat the rich. Fuck those people. None of those people give a shit about you. Not a single goddamn one of them.
Fuck yeah.
I gotta fucking
Like Killer Mike says, kill your masters.
yes, thank you. That's Run the Jewels. Listen to Run the Jewels. They're great. But there was a story about some landlords in Toronto there's like a coalition of landlords apparently up there. It's not a union, but it kind of sounds like that, where they were sending out letters to each other to say that during the coronavirus pandemic, you can't let one person pay late on the rent because it's going to spread to the community and then everybody's going to pay late. If they miss their payments, kick them out immediately. And my first thought was, not only am I not leaving that house, the second that they come after the coronavirus is over and try to kick me out, I'm getting my shit out. I'm burning down my house. I'm burning down their house. And I am going to trash as much of their fucking shit on my way out the door as possible.
Yes.
Take me to jail, lock me up, throw away that fucking key. I don't give a shit. If you are the worst scumbag of a fucking human, we're talking about GameStop being bad. How fucking bad of a human being do you have to be to kick people out when they're literally forced to not work?
Hitler.
They don't. I think it's worse
feel like
than
Hitler
that.
would have been like, "Oh, okay, I understand, guys. I get it."
Well, I mean, he would still
As
put
long
them
as
in a
your hair
camp.
color is just right.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, go ahead and come into this.
Is that brown in your eyes?
Gas
How much
chamber.
gypsy you got in your blood? Let's talk about that first.
Wait, did you say micro penis? How do you know I got like my Hitler impressions on point?
Yeah, that's exactly.
That sounds like a really mad, overweight white person. Did you say steak?
No, I said mistake.
Oh, sometimes my fingers swell up and I hit the wrong numbers.
But yeah, eat the rich. I'm
What type
gonna.
of pie has the most sugar? Peach cobbler.
Yeah, I fucking lost. I need to watch that again.
But yeah, that's the platform I'm securely standing on through all of this. Is we just We need to eat the rich. I mean, I'm tired of it. I'm super
Same.
fucking tired of these assholes. They're gonna use everything they can to make a profit and fuck
Well,
the rest
Jed,
of
get
us.
rich then.
Or
Yeah, but-
die trying.
But then you would have to
Probably
eat
don't.
me. I would. Still
no, you're
stand-
the only one who wants to eat the rich.
I want to
you
eat the
fucking
rich.
cannibal.
I want to eat the rich. I feel like if
They
you eat
probably
their
don't
heart,
taste
you'll
that
gain
good.
their strength. They taste like money.
Just cut off their head.
No, you got to eat their heart.
There
It's
can
a
be, there
fucking-
can be only one.
We're going to fucking tribalism times on this one, bro.
Jesus. Like, just
I don't
go
give a
to
shit what century it
Highlander.
is. No, we don't want a Highlander. We want fucking Vikings and Native Americans and Aztecs and shit. Just fucking get the haka going, even though we live in the United States and not New Zealand.
I thought the haka was in China.
That's fucking
Wow.
racist, bro. It's
Uh,
New Zealand. I said it already.
No, I thought it was like Hawaii.
New Zealand. It's the haka started in New Zealand.
Ah,
Yeah. Hawaii's are offshoots of Samoans. It's weird how that
I
whole
thought
shit
Hawaiians
works.
were Samoans. Or are New Zealanders Samoans?
New Zealanders are Samoans.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And that concludes our podcast.
Eat the rich.
That's how we end it. Yes.
Us being confused. It's not the first time we've been confused about foreign countries.
Not even.
The Netherlands, anybody?
Yeah, aren't the Netherlands next to Africa?
That's a
or
group of
something?
countries. Yeah, it's the broke dude map. But yeah, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 152 is in the books. There's talk of a shutdown coming in near weeks, so we'll have another episode for you when we have another episode for you, I guess. It's uncertain. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Stay the fuck home. It's just a few fucking weeks. Stay home. Don't get anybody sick. Don't get yourself sick.
Yeah, if you're doing foreplay, just keep your fingers out of their mouth.
Yeah, put it straight in the fucking pussy or
Just-
booty hole.
yeah.
Hey, maybe you like the booty hole more. I'm not gonna judge you. You do you, but just stay home.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Let's fucking beat the shit, and so we can get back to normal and hating people for being different skin colors and not hating people for being different skin colors and also sick. So for Jed,
Chris.
Jake.
Blake.
we are Broke Dude Podcast, and we'll see you when we see you.